First blood. Both ways.
You see how that, like, this is the most awkward time, and then, like, as a player, where you have like 2 minutes to sort of prepare yourself. It's like waiting in the tunnel.
For your
I think they know.
watch it.
It's
They don't
not being
know.
microed. It's going straight down there. This could set up for a lovely lane for Weeha.
The tips. There it is.
He's got it.
There's the tips.
Take his courier, and they all tip him. Everything being done in an attempt to tilt D-Stones out of his mind in this middle lane. We'll see how well he can keep his cool.
Oh, what a beautiful start to the day. Misery. Beautiful move there. I love seeing that, because like, it's sometimes when you don't have the most advantageous matchup, like Lina is always going to do incredibly well versus Invokers because of that range, and this guy knows this matchup incredibly well.
Top
Like,
lane.
wow, already quick first blood by just Fenrir walking up.
Just chasing him down. He talks about how good the Undying is going to be in this lane. I didn't necessarily expect him to get that kill onto a Phoenix as early as he did, but Fenrir.
Yeah, so usually, like, if you don't have that advantageous matchup in the lane, you want to try to set that up. It's like, okay, you have to at least solve some type of problem, and that's the courier snipe. So Weeha's still going to be struggling a bit in top. I mean, Fenrir is going to have, like I said, he's going to have the best time up here.
Oh, he just has a crazy amount of strength stacked up every single time. We're looking at him sort of 16, 20 at a time.
He's got boots already with that Overvenom.
Yeah.
So he's going to be putting some pressure on. Has to be a little careful, though. Those fire spirits can be a little annoying, especially when your decay stacks wear off in between.
Sent down bottom. I see Misery try to be a bit aggressive, but Poker and XXS are trying to trap him off. He's got the salve going, as Misery will be able to heal her. Same time up top, Fenrir and King RD still going into the Fairy Fire for King RD. Will it be enough to get him out on top? It is! He's prepared this time. The stick and the Fairy Fire keeping the King safe. As bottom lane, Misery trying to chase down XXS, but Boca with the Vicious slows down the two of them.
Come.
Weeha
Doesn't even need it.
Doesn't even need it. Misery finishes off the kill with a brain sap.
That's actually like massive for paiN. Being able to come out successful in this bottom lane, which is Spectre lane versus the Necrophos lane, that's a great start for paiN. They have to be real happy about that.
Playing, I mean, both carries at the moment having a good amount of farm. Stylar's getting a lot of space, HFN as well.
I did not expect HFN to get this much farm down here, to be honest.
Top lane, Fenrir. He'll soul rip himself in an attempt to heal him, but King RD and Tarbo, they'll chase him down and finish him off.
For a lot of times, when you run your wind pen in the back, you can see these Earthshakers that can be setting up in the later stages when there is that Blink Dagger, and they have more information too coming from Spectral. It's going to be a definite play we have to watch out for.
But as you sort of said, would you say sort of the biggest surprise really so far to lane Misery? Should be okay. He's got a brain sap. Does have a nightmare as well if he feels too threatened, in fact. Got HFN coming across too. XXS is there with the Sunstrike damage and a dagger. He's going to be close to bringing both Poker down, but he's still got the Death Pulse heal from XXS. Brain sap comes in though. One more right click could do it as they'll chase Poker down through the trees and find him. Sure, they'll lose Misery, but they set up for a kill for HFN on the Spectre. As I was going to say, maybe not being as punished as...
Get invoked, and he immediately does look for that, so these stones could get set up on here.
Too far. There's going to be the dive to lead in. On top of him they go with the cold snap, the meteor coming down across, and they'll try and get the light strike and the Laguna out. Does manage to bring down a hero.
Because they don't really have, they might not have the damage if it's just a cold snap Sunstrike with the Phoenix coming in. With that meteor, it gives them the availability to go for those kills with the rotation. Love that play. As HFN, he is really starting to get pressure now. Has brought several tangos and still getting bullied.
Top Talbot. Trying to run down Fenrir here with that haste. Diving underneath the tower. Another clap will do it. Talbot gets the kill. Can he get out? He's got the stick charges in the bottle. He's fine. Is Talbot able to dive through? That kill helping to push him towards getting that level 6 as soon as he can. Mid lane, the plays. Weeha again. Sunstrike on the mark, but they still get the kill. Boca trying to find some space up top to get a bit of farm, but there's a lot of heroes up here hunting for him. The dagger has been put upon it. There's paiN, they're chasing, there's no way for this Shaker to escape as the four of them surround him. Same time in the mid lane, Weeha, he gets a solo kill onto D-Stones again. The Sunstrike's going to come from top, doesn't connect onto Baboka, but Baboka is dead nonetheless.
Bit of a testament already coming out from Weeha. And Fenrir was there too to try to back him up, but Weeha does not care right now.
Top lane. Towards XXS, they've got a good chance of this. Tarbo has got the Primal Split ready to go. 3 TPs are coming in. The Sunstrike down onto XXS will finish him off. Weeha claims the kill. HFN a little deep, won't be hit by the light strike. The tombstone's been popped down, but with the promise, but they'll get rid of the tombstone. The tombstone gone. Hold from HFN as he looks to join the frame. Misery being focused, chain stun down. They'll lose the bane on paiN. Tavo now retreating. BKB on Sylar, so if they can make the movement set up for the Sunstrikes, as you say, that they have the potential to kill Sylar over and over again. Misery will be found out in the jungle.
He's gonna take him for quite a walk though.
Yeah, try and make them waste as much time as possible.
The rotation's coming in too, okay.
But both are actually just committing the Echo Stamp for this one. Reaper Stamp as well, I mean, that's a couple of ults there.
Wrap around though. Aster.
See what they can find. Tavo, pretty deep. They do have Supernova and they do have the Primal Split. There's going to be the straight up Grit lead in onto XXS, but the Fisher comes in to cancel it. Supernova from the sideline, the Sunstrike down onto XXS. They'll surround him with the Primal Split. The Supernova has been killed. Aster will be able to take the Phoenix out of the fight. They're going to see if they can chase for more. Weehar's there. They're with a Cold Snap. They turn, they focus Fenrir. Fenrir's gone, and now with the Primal Split blues, they send Sylar up and out of the fight, limiting some of the damage he can get out with that Metamorphosis timing. The Fisher from Baboka comes through, but Weehar, Meteor, Deafening Blast down onto the Shaker paiN. They'll get a second out of this one. Sylar and XXS have to be careful how they continue to go for the fight. They'll pop the reflection. Sylar trying to chase towards them, but they keep their distance, paiN. They will still holding on with Misery. Aster will come and they will find him hiding in the trees, so they'll claim Misery's life as well, slowly but surely. As he'll make them work for it once more. Dives underneath the tab, but will still fall. But paiN as Baboka just tying up HFN down bottom at the moment. So we'll be able to go back and check this last replay as we saw HFN design movements as well. So the prioritization by him, keeping the distance, making sure not to get caught out by any.
It's quite heavily if you look in comparison to Aster's for the moment. Once Aster gets their Blink Daggers, then we could see a bit of a change come out, especially on that Earthshaker. Strike.
Didn't catch anything this time as Misery again, and it's sort of suicidal positions. We've seen him a few times do stunts. And again, so this committal of ults, and it's not enough even to get the Spectre out on his own. At the same time, Misery's got the setup, Nightmare's down as well as the Sunstrike. Fenrir's taken another kill for Weehar.
Didn't want to go so defensively.
We'll
I think he wants to have
if he sort of loses another bad team fight, might swap back.
Yeah, that's very true.
Because it's a long way away, that Radiance. Misery, he goes in, and he'll get caught out again. It's the life of Misery, sort of throwing his life away. See, paiN, they did have that ward down, but they saw that whole movement from Baboka and XXS. They know that they're here. Tavo tries to go with the blink, but Baboka quickly gets himself out with the counter blink. Misery leads in. They're ready to continue to go for this fight with the Fiend's Grip on one, Nightmare onto another. They'll burn down XXS. Misery loses his life. These stones got the control. They're moving in with the split. They're throwing it up. Sylar has got the Metamorphosis. They've lost a second. HFN picks up a double. There's going to be a buyback from D-Stones in an attempt to swing this fight. Sylar's got the BKB just picked up. And with the control from Baboka, they'll take Weehar down the ones. But he's got that Aegis. He's ready to go again. King RD and Argator coming back over.
BKB.
They try and go for the Echo Snap, but indeed the BKB's out in time for Weehar. Sylar's getting pushed away. The Fisher will block him off from going for the Terrorblade. As they'll turn towards Baboka. Cold Snap and a Meteor finish him off in the trees. As again, Aster just struggling to take these fights. Tavo is still alive.
He's taunting.
He is indeed. He's got another blink out away from the Dragon Slide, but there's the setup. The Sunstrike a little off time though, but it doesn't matter. Mullins with the Sunray. The Cold Snap comes in. And that's Sylar out of the game. A Reaper side does take down the Phoenix in turn.
It's the item ahead. They even have the Spirit Vessel early on, and the Necrophos in the beginning of the fight, he was forced to actually use the Yules aggressively. He tried to like protect, use it on a different hero.
Not D-Stones.
D-Stones.
D-Stones in trouble. The Yules, the Sunstrike, the Deafening Blast, and the quick walk away from Weehar does get broken up. D-Stone's teammates looking for revenge. They'll trap him down. They've got the vision, so Weehar this time will pay with his life.
They're gonna.
We will be keeping him sort of reined in and trying to dissuade him from going in as deep as he were just then. He was on his own. Top towards XXS. They have both HFN and Misery.
Yeah, Sunstrike's invoked already.
Misery, the setup, the Fiend's Grip, the Horn. They get on top of him. Can they kill him in time before the Fiend's Grip's over? They can. Just enough to make sure no Ghost Shroud will save that Necrophos today.
Hiding a bit.
Hiding in the trees though. See them clear the wave out so he can go straight for the dive. Does still get caught out by the Fisher. King RD will pop. They'll get themselves the Phoenix kill.
He seemed to know though. The way they set themselves up there, he's like, all right, HFN, you play super defensively. I'm gonna see if this territory's safe.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Now Aster bottom. Seeing if they can find Misery too. Fisher's there.
Gonna leave him Misery.
Once again, Misery. no way of getting out. They'll use a Cypher as well to keep Misery out of the game as long as possible. In a full minute, Misery will have to sit and watch from the side. But these little kills, they're not what's going to get Aster really back in the game. They have to make things happen with Sylar and top. Do go on to Tavo, and they actually have the damage to do so. Sylar to the enemy high ground, maybe seeing if you can get some sort of setup with a Nightmare. paiN's grip, but Boko is going to head over and see him. Misery.
Shaker.
Goes for the Nightmare to the Shaker. Tavo jumps forward. The Tombstone has been dropped down. The Sunstrike out onto Boko as well as the paiN's grip. They'll pop the horn on HFN. Moving on top of XXX. They're in with the Primal Sprint as well as HFN jumps from target to target. BKB is going to be out, but the Supernova still successful. Tombstone back for the live. Boko get the Echo Slam out. They're bringing HFN like they found the Spectre. They've killed off the Spectre. Now Sylar with the Metamorphosis. Can he find Weehar as well? He's heading forward. Weehar turns with the Tornado with the BKB from Sylar. Allows it to move forward and claim Weehar's life as well.
This Tombstone did so.
Are we going to see buybacks for this? They don't have Horn, but do you buy back on one of these cores to contest this on Weehar or HFN, or do you just let this go?
They more than likely should.
As Roshan down to half health. Tavo and King Adi watching from the side. Both teams expended quite a lot in that previous team fight. The Metamorphosis has worn off, and now Tavo jumps forward. Sylar, quick for the Sunder though. The BKB's out as they'll focus D-Stones. A couple of right clicks and the Grip will do the job. Fisher attempted from the Boca, gets onto the two of them. Dive up to the high ground for King Adi, gets him away, but Fenris, Sylar focusing Tavo, chasing him down. The Soul Red Reflection Grip will finish him off. As they're back into the pit. Sylar at half HP at the moment. King Adi will start to throw the Fire Spirits in to slow down Aster's attempt to finish off the Roshan. HFN has naturally respawned. There's 10 seconds, so they're going to have the Invoker back as well. As Sylar, he's falling low. He mans to start to keep himself safe from the Spirit Vessel. King Adi's found on the high ground, will not CP out. Back in the pit, but focused on the two of them. Sylar gets the Sunder back up to full health as HFN has to get out of there. He's controlled. They've got the Yules, the Enchant, they've still got the Cypher. That's HFN gone for 110 seconds. No Spectre for this Rochard as Aster. They've got 4 in the pit. Weehar's turned up. He's got to do something magical. He's got the BKB. Looks towards Baboka, but they're keeping the distance. Sylar and XXS still going in on the pit. They're surely going to be able to claim Roach for themselves. Aster, and they do. They get the kill. They get the Aegis onto Sylar. Weehar might just find Baboka as the Shaker is looking to escape. Spirit Vessel will kill him. Short mass, which he's closing in on. Late game Terrorblade can certainly shake up this lineup.
They need some type of like Lincolns or Lotus Orbs to be able to just stop this Sunder. It's too much of a problem.
Found once again. Tries to get out, get a bit of vision. Aster will immediately punish him.
Just out on this tower.
There's the full heart out on XXS, as you mentioned. So this push, this sustain that Aster's going to have. How can paiN slow this down? The tier 3's taken. The melee rack's going down as well. Tavo's got to do something. He'll jump in with the BKB. They get the grip. They've got the control, but he's still got that Aegis. You've got to remember, they'll kill him once, the Cataclysm, but he's got a second life. They've got to try and push back the rest of the team. And with the Supernova positioning, they're doing a great job of that. The BKB's out, but with the Supernova stuff through it, can they kill him off in time? He's held down to half health. Sylar. D-Stone pops the BKB, turns to hold back the finish. The cold snap. They're stuck through the Primal Grip. Can they stop it? They can't. He gets the Sunder off onto the illusion. Back up to a healthy amount of health. Sylar's fine, but Boca's used up. They'll lose a Shaker. As paiN, they are forcing Aster to back up. Tornado from Weehar, catching up to the two of them. The Sunray on top of XXS as well. Sylar looking to see if he can get back in. The Reaper Sight not enough to kill off HFN. As HFN will get himself away from the reflection, can survive for now. Tavo's still trying his best to poke at XXS.
He's got the cheese, he switched it into his inventory.
They won't overcommit. Goes Shroud and a cheese takes XXS back up to full.
The little things in these fights, right? That Glimmer Cape coming out onto Sylar, sick an illusion on you and ruin your game, as we've seen several times throughout this tournament.
Aster. They are being sort of pushed from the high ground. Sylar, he's going to walk into this one. Weehar is spooked. He has to put the BKB immediately. TPs are coming over to the shrine. paiN, they've got to get themselves out of it. It's Tavo, he'll TP out with the BKB. King RD will be the one that's left behind. I don't think there's any escape for this man. A Laguna Blade and a Fisher burst down. BKB on D-Stones. D-Stones did just use it. It's the same to be said for Weehar.
Yeah, I mean, too risky. Yeah. You don't really have that much damage to go through a Yule Scepter too. He has a lot of ways to protect himself.
Misery another catch up.
Which they're picking up here. Looks like he's gonna finish he's actually just gonna finish the full butterfly. So he is 6 slotted now until he buys that Moon Shard.
Dire's middle tower has
if they were enough to finish it though and buyback right at the moment.
I think he's just being safe. Or maybe he's sending the courier out now.
Yeah. He needs to get that bit booster back. Yeah. But already Aster the outside of the base. Tavo is the front. Oh no! Baboka, he's in! The Echo Slam straight on top of the two of them. He does get the cheese off, but the Reaper Sight still comes down. As no, Tavo and HFN sitting at the front of the base holding hands. Baboka's there to break up the friendship. and they'll have to buy back. Misery's bought back. They're holding on to it at the moment on both Tavo and HFN, but Baboka is in again, jumping with the enchant tone, and we are forced to put the BKB. Tavo and HFN buying back and looking to fight back. The racks won't fall though, as Aster, they've got the mid set of racks. Cataclysm comes down, Baboka able to get away under the cover of Imbis, turns with another Fisher to hold them back alongside. They go back in with a metamorphosis. He'll die. King RD Sunray out onto Fenrir, but Baboka jumps back in. Enchant Totem slams down another. Weeha, he's already used his BKB, he has to play so safe. As they've lost the melee rack, they've lost the range racks as well. Tavo out of the primal split, also in trouble.
Second hot.
They'll see if they can finish them off here. As Baboka ticking down incredibly low. They'll get 2 buybacks out of Aster, as Aster throwing everything back into this fight. Baboka will somehow survive.
I think this is they want to go. They might even just look for the end, but they don't have meta of smoke.
They can get a fight, get a Roshan. This could pretty much be the game for Aster. paiN has to be so careful. They've got the vision. Tavo's going to jump in. Both the BKB starts to punch back. They've got the Hex onto Baboka, but he's still going to be fine. The Cataclysm comes down. Does a decent amount. Side over the man to start. And the Metamorphosis takes down the egg. Buyback straight away for King RD. They've lost XXS. And with the Primal Split, they get on top of him. They lock him down. Necrophos buys back too.
This high ground tombstone.
Oh, Baboka! He comes in, the 3-man Echo Slump comes down, but Weeha is still alive for now. They're punching into the tombstone, but Baboka trying to get away. He's actually, again, able to sneak off out of this as he's healed up, kept alive. There's going to be a dead Tavo Brew, a dead King RD Phoenix without buybacks available as Aster take the fight. paiN just
This fight for that double Cataclysm.
there you go, Metamorphosis. BKB is also there, ready for Sylar if he feels the need to pop it. And they'll take another tier 3 away from paiN, and MKB has been picked up by HFN. He's smoked up at the moment. A tornado attempt is going to be dodged off by Sylar as Aster take a second full set of racks, and they're moving up towards the Megas as they go for the 3rd set. Still a little bit of time without the full team alive on paiN.
Radiant structures.
As Aster, they'll force out the fortification. Can paiN really hold against this? As the tier 3's gone.
Spectre Hunt in 2 seconds. They're gonna have to try something.
They've got to do something.
Radiant's top barracks.
As the melee rack's gone, Aster taking it all as the range racks are gone. A full mega creeps are out for Aster. As
And
they'll
they
back
instantly
off.
bail.
They'll
They
offer
know
a little bit of mercy.
Yep.
The tornado does clip onto D-Stones. But the Horn, they're trying to see if they can do something. They get themselves on top of the shake up again. Baboka with his invis back. D-Stones does pop his BKB. Archangel, HFN just trying to really keep Aster interested in a fight. They have the connection with the tornado onto Fenrir, but Baboka's still able to walk it away. And they'll get the Hex down onto Fenrir. They'll get one of them. There's Cataclysm coming down. But Sylar still absolutely massive. Metamorphosis back up in 15 seconds. He's going to have it for this fight.
He's also got buyback, so he could walk in and dive once and buyback just in case to be able to push paiN away. We will see. paiN, they make their way up. Aster in a very defensive stance. No one committing forward just yet. The creeps are starting to push into paiN's base.
The side lanes
The
are getting
timer is
very
ticking.
close to the Ancient on paiN's side of the map. Jump in, Tavo trying to kick things off with the BKB, dodges the Light Strike, forces out the BKB from XXS. As Weeha tornadoes out to Sylar, they get the Fiends rip through the BKB there of D-Stones. The Meteor combo drop down, but the BKBs are still up at the moment for Aster. FJFN in this front and center, this Cataclysm comes down. Sylar, the BKB has one off. They get the Primal Split done. The Supernova as well. That's going to be one death. They killed the Terrorblade, but he has
Their base is in jeopardy.
Absolutely, if the tier 4's going down, they've got to send someone back. They've got to send someone back.
The creeps.
The base is falling. As paiN, they tried one final hurrah, but with Weeha dead, no buyback. Miseries can't hold the ancient world fall. Aster take game 1.
Oh my god, what a close game.
40 seconds, they don't have to walk into it right away, but by default, it certainly looks like a strong one. I mean, there's definitely a threat there from the Earth Spirit, right?
Shukuchi's just up back in time. But we'll be able to get away. Doesn't actually have the mana.
He's just gonna suicide.
He is going to have to.
But Baboka gets first blood.
Yeah, but expected.
Yeah, I mean, D-Stones, we've said it. He got left in the dust a bit in that last game. His team definitely put him on his shoulders a little bit there. But this game he's gonna have a much easier time as he's not getting his courier snipe, not getting roamed on that early game as he does connect a stun onto Weeha.
Weeha's got the burst too.
He's got a Dragon Slave though.
Same time up top. We're not going to see them get themselves on top of Fenrir and get the kill. They'll take down the paiN, and mid lane Weehaw just survives, keeping himself out of range of the Dragon Slave attempted by Cess. Will tick down a little bit to that curse.
Boca tried to predict the movements coming up from the Weaver. So this game, the difference is that Sylar is actually getting quite pressured up top. Last game, they were putting that dual aggression, but Fenrir was able to absorb it mostly. But this time, yeah, Sylar, those denies coming in from the Enigma and his last hits are getting impacted.
Was going to have to come out in from King RD, but he's incredibly low. Sylar and Fenrir do have a good chance of punching him down with the remainder of that meta and the brain sap, and they will. They'll claim the kill onto King RD as well. Just finding, well, XXS actually out of all the core roles, he's struggling the most in terms of keeping up, as you do see nearly double the CS on HFN in comparison to the Necrophos on this bottom lane. With sort of the fact that both have to walk around, rotating elsewhere, does manage to find the setup on the Misery, kicks it back, XXS chasing him down, and Misery, he'll go as Aster finds some action, but Boko rotating down bottom, but now being dove upon by HFN, will lose his life in return.
HFN?
He's got the stick charges, but
He's
that Death Force is going to chase him. And will find the kill. So Baboka falls, but sets up a double kill for XXS, as I was just saying. Was the core that was struggling the most in the lanes. Those 2 kills are certainly going to help it.
Baboka makes his way top. Sylar wants to try to commit forward for a kill. They want Tabo.
Look up the lockdown onto Tabo as he's focused straight away. Sylar is falling very low in return, though, as they'll lose their Terrorblade for this attempt. Can they get Fenrir as well? With the TP in from HFN, they certainly can. So paiN, quick to strike, and force any sort of action into that level 6 Necrophos unnecessarily.
And paiN already, because they're starting to get some map control, they want to get these deep wards down to watch the Terrorblade.
Rocking onto the boat. Looking for King RD. Snowball straight across the D-Stones. The Laguna Blade will finish off Misery.
There's a shrine there.
HFN does not want to fight around there. Shikuchi immediately backs out. The shrine pop. This is not the place for paiN to be. King RD shoots out the light strike array. They will manage to get everyone else out of there on paiN. Bottom lane, HFN straight in and starting to punch back at XXS, but it's a hard hero to harass on his own. Has got King RD coming. You can expect Sylar to catch up, no problem at all.
They want to be able to now. paiN wants to get an invasion play here and get a ward down in this triangle area, because you know the TP's going to be there.
Walking is the combo. D-Stones, Misery's gone. The Reaper side down. The Snowball will come up in an attempt to save it. It does allow HFN to get the time lapse out. Good play from King RD, keeping his carry safe.
This bottom tower finally. Tabo speedily trying to deny it. He will get it in time, but he's going to pay with his life.
Absolutely. D-Stones for Boca and XXS around him. A scythe to knock him out of it.
Pasha.
Hello, Pasha.
Top. Sleep comes out. Fenrir wants to set up for a Fiend's Grip. We also have Sylar position. Gonna commit the meta because it's near a tower, so he can actually get this kill and maybe look to push forward. As mid, they're collapsing.
They're diving in, but Boca's there with the backup. The Laguna Blade just comes out now immediately, taking away the kill on Misery. Dive in from Archangel HFN. Can he find Baboka? He can.
Yep.
They'll get the 2 of them.
As the move there by paiN was nice, right? They saw Aster setting up top to kill the Tusk, and that's when they got that nice dive mid. And they're just constantly making moves now. Again.
Getting Weehaw involved, utilizing the power of the Bugner at this early stage.
Yep.
There's constant pressure, which they have to do. I think they know that after last game, regardless of where they are, they can't let the game go there. Against
He gets soloed!
The damage with that diffuse.
Yeah, it makes you, this build makes you a little bit squishy, but it allows you to set up for solo kills.
It's insane at this stage. As mid lane as well, but Boca's walked forward. He tries to roll out, but the pull-on-pull action's there as King RD holds him in. Again, another failed TP because of the damage. It's too much from HFN.
They're keeping this pace up.
They have to fight.
Yeah, they know they have to be able to take the fights, because otherwise they could just lose their high ground. They want to take it to the later stages, for sure.
And look at this, they've got no high ground vision, so D-Stones doesn't see this. They come straight in on top of the Lina. D-Stones gets the light strike out, but the curse is down on him. He'll die. Reaper Sap will not be enough to kill King RD. Still dies nonetheless after the sight. They'll get the trade, but that's D-Stones Lina being lost. But King RD support does. It's a good shot from Baboka, but the heal from Weehaw should be enough just to keep the Turbo alive.
Oh, Baboka, the Ancients!
Oh. Poor Albert.
Game for Sylar to do what he can do on that Turbo.
This sort of fast, furious gameplay style could punish Aster's lineup. This reliance on the late game Sylar TV. They step forward. Weehaw, he's safe for now as they get him in the snowball. The Black
Lotus Orb.
It's going to be down onto a little bit of nothing as indeed the Lotus Orb plate bringing the snowball, keeping XXS safe. Now Aster can strike back. Baboka, the two-man boulder smash across Misery and King RD. Is it enough to finish off the kill though? It doesn't look like it because the curse is upon them all. XXS will be able to remove it with the Lotus Orb, but they have to back off Aster. They've lost the paiN. The snowball's coming in on top of D-Stones. King RD diving underneath the tier 3 tower. Misery still alive. He's just getting in there, throwing out these glaives. They killed off XXS's Necrophos. Misery being bottled up, being saved by his teammates as he'll survive. paiN can keep pushing. They get the tier 3 tower. Play that works off for paiN. They're keeping that pressure up. Tavo with his itemization. He does now have the Blink Dagger. As top lane, a deep snowball attempted by King RD, but the turnaround's there. Lotus Orb and a Yules. From King RD up in the air. Decrepify. Reaper Scythe's going to come down, but he's still got a lot of health. The Decrepify set in to make sure that Reaper Scythe could kill him. So nice save there from Weeha. As paiN, they're back, ready to push.
And Fenrir, poor Fenrir dies on the Nether Ward. As that, they're looking to set up for this Rax here. Tyler's still not ready to join the fight. BKB's not ready. He's have
close. Meta. He is close. He's 3.2k gold towards the BKB, but I don't think it's going to be soon enough to save at least this top Rax. As the range Rax gone, paiN pushing onto the melee. Aster, can they do anything to push them back? With a constant blast harass from Weeha, they cannot. As paiN, they've taken.
And Tyler, he is now ready to actually be a hero in the fray.
This is where things could change. The snowball's going to be attempted onto Baboka. He tries to roll away and TP out, but the snowball connects. The damage coming out for the life drain from Weeha. Not quite enough to find Baboka, as Baboka still continues to hide, but HFN's on the hunt. Comes in, leads in, and now that extra positioning capabilities. We may even see sort of sweet plays in terms of him sort of shoving Tavo into a blink play, allowing him to close the gap. In mid lane, Aster, they're pushing forward. King RD's going to go in on this. Salah pulls the BKB. King RD on the front line. They've got the goal. They've got the black hole. He's got three of them. Tavo. It's the perfect play with the blink, and they'll take down Salah. They'll take down D-Stones. D-Stones has fought back. Weeha burst down Necrophos as well, and Salah, he went all in on the BKB purchase. He does not have buys. What I'm talking about, it doesn't matter if you got this BKB. Tavo gets on top of them. The combination of the black hole and the global silence make it impossible for us to play against this stage. They get the silence, straight up this time. Can they get the kill? They can with the Dragon Slayer. They take a Weeha away. Buyback comes out from XXS, but D-Stones, that's a dieback. No leader for 70 seconds. The buyback comes out from Baboka. paiN will retreat. Adapting perfectly to the way that they saw Aster play against them in game 1.
They're keeping this aggression up too. Misery, Infist, scouting out everybody.
The snowball comes in onto Baboka. They're on the high ground as they surround XXS. Good three-man boulder smash from Baboka will slow paiN's attempts down for a little bit, but not long enough as Baboka falls. The damage from HFN too much. The Ghost Shroud only going to buy some time for XXS as he'll die again. No buyback on the Necrophos. Fenrir and Salah having to run themselves back to base. It's a dreadful kill for HFN. Jump forward as they'll try to go towards Salah. He does have BKB and Meta, so stand his ground. Pop the BKB, pop the Metamorphosis as Salah all alone for seconds. D-Stones will be back in a couple, but now no BKB.
Yeah, they could just look to jump him if he steps up too far.
As they're pushing in paiN, another tier 3 tower taken. They're onto a second set of barracks. Tavo goes in with a Malefice, keeping D-Stones at bay. paiN take another objective, and there's nothing that Aster can do to slow this down at the moment. As two sets of racks have been claimed, the Decrepify by the burst.
They got him.
He's straight up dead. He's gone. Not buyback. GG is called. paiN Gaming. You can pull the Sylar Terrorblade, the XXS Necrophos, the D-Stones leader against those points once, but dare you try it again a second time in a row, they're going to have an answer. paiN.
Turn to pick.
They want a frontliner. They'd love a stun. Really?
And I think you want to put Team Aster on a timer as much as possible. Very cool.
Yeah, this is paiN. This is both sides realizing that this is how the lanes will settle now at this 4-minute mark. They're not going to change again anytime soon. Maybe if we see someone die, they may, sort of make that TP back into a preferable lane. The moment being, this is how they're going to sit, and this, if anything, is certainly going to favour that.
Lane,
on this strike, it's going to be whiffed, and HFN can chase down a good charge up on the concoction. It's going to set them up for first blood. They're going to chase down Baboka as well as Salah. Tormentor comes in, one more punch would do it. Baboka does have the enchant totem. Archangel gets one more hit off, it's not enough to get the kill. TP's coming in as Fenrir is there with the Splinter Blast, trying to fire back onto the HFN Alchemist. HFN will be able to keep his distance. D-Stones back into the lane, turns towards Misery. Will be able to chase down the chain, get the passive build up, Boundless strike down again, but there's the concoction coming through. It doesn't matter. They'll still get the kill onto Misery. Misery falls. D-Stones now using the rest of that damage to pummel into the Alchemist. The TP straight away back towards the top is there from King RD. Coming in on the Tiny, warding Fenrir and D-Stones back away from that top of 10. But both are still there on the side. Could look for a good Fisher block up. They get the Avalanche onto the Satellite Tormentor comes out as well, and they'll kill off D-Stones.
And getting slowed down is always a big worry.
Oh, absolutely. Playing a slow start as Monkey King is never nice. Sure, there is a madness in this game, there is in power, but you can't really rely on that too much because Monkey King's never really a hero that wants to be farming, and indeed another concoction. HFN, this outscore sort of skill build, the way they're playing it and laning it, it's perfectly done by paiN. They may lose King RD as D-Stones jump forward, but the control of the micro, Misery, holds back D-Stones with the stun. Tree toss comes out from King RD, D-Stones trying to come in, King RD playing around with an extra poke as D-Stones will absolutely free farm for this Enigma. He's level 6.
Already has the
37 to 23, King RD playing beautifully aggressive, going around the back of this tower, keeping XXS on his toes. Throw out the tree, Avalanche toss to keep XXS down low. Top again. He's trying to head for this, but there's a concoction over the tree line, stop the Boundless comes out, but HFN again!
So he has a Blightstone as well, so he gets tick negative, and then there's neutral creeps hitting him as well. That's like the biggest fear for a Monkey King early on, is just getting punished by that physical damage. So Boca, Weeha's looking for him.
It's all right. D-Stones also making a go onto Archangel. Weeha killing off the Shaker. The top lane, the concoction once again out with that Blightstone and the army. Fenrir just gets shredded. D-Stones trying to jump in, but again, Misery with the micro forces D-Stones to back up. A TP will come in from Avoka. The army still chasing D-Stones. Weeha is looking for the arrow. They'll send it out. Doesn't make the connection, but he'll turn towards Avoka instead. As paiN, they just overrun this top lane. Silas coming with a rotation. Weeha has picked up that double kill, taking both of them out of this. Well, by Fenrir, at the same time, Avoka, can he find anything to set this up? It's taking them a long time to kill Tarmo. As Tarmo's still alive, Moonlight Shadow's there. He's going to be fine. They can turn. Avalanche is out. They'll punish XXS for chasing as long as he did. As Aster, they just can't catch a break. Top lane, Sylar's pushing in, but he's on his own. He's surrounded by 3 players of paiN as they came in aggressively, utilizing that Moonlight Shadow in both lanes. Sylar will start to retreat. Do they have any further lockdown? It's another leap forward. Boundless Strike will hold them back, but Sylar falls. Weeha jumping in, getting the Starfall damage, and that right click does the job. Misery may go down in return as D-Stones jumps in, and they do get the Chen. As bottom lane, paiN already poised to make another play. We've seen King RD's movements been absolutely on point as he comes in. Avalanche to set up to close the gap with the Malefice. They're trying their best to block off the chain stun with the toss and the center. The black hole as well being committed by Tarbo. They'll get the kill. King RD should die for this one as he'll accept the trade. 2 heroes TPing in for that one, but paiN just making sure they can keep that momentum up. As D-Stone doesn't get the Boundless Strike connection onto Tarbo, they'll get the Splitter Blast. But they're down a little bit, but he can back off. Just so far ahead.
And they're just keeping moves happen every single time. They're making moves toward that Enigma, toward that Mirana, as Alchemist is farms.
And this invasion of the jungle here from King RD and Misery will secure them a kill on Fenrir. Seem to well and truly have found out the way to deal with Aster, this team that looks pretty much unstoppable in the group stage.
I mean, they just don't have the damage, even if they want to try to kill this Alchemist. He gets ulti up again at bottom.
He's solo killing it. Success.
My God. Unbelievable.
Let's start D-Stones, just having to use the Boundless Strike to hold back HFN. They've got the slam on the side. They're desperately trying to hold something down, but the damage just isn't there. Winter's Curse comes through. Just going to waste some of the time. The Sylar has to help with the arrow. Weeha from the river locks down Sylar. So for the majority of this Dragon Form, Sylar can't do anything. They have to back up to the shrine. Concoction comes out. Avalanche for the side. King RD's diving in. The shrine will keep Aster alive though. Without the retreat, another arrow from Weeha with this arcane rune, getting the connections, has the magical to burst through Fenrir.
Tavo's threatening high ground as well.
This bottom lane's a problem. XXS can't do anything to push Tavo away. It's 15 minutes in. This is going to be a tier 3 tower going down. As paiN just playing at such a pace, Misery will fall. See if D-Stones can do anything about Tavo down here.
He cuts the tree instantly.
D-Stones. The tips may have got to him this game, as he is all over the place in this match.
Between the tips and just the rotation, paiN just adjusting time and time again. D-Stones, Weeha's looking to threaten him,
you see at this stage, but sort of how far behind he is to bounce.
17 armor, so yeah, it's not really going to do too much there. He's trying to get Echo, but...
I mean, as their carry, he's literally like the least threatening hero on the map right now.
Yep.
from Aster's lineup. At least the others have spells to use. Well, only when they're alive. Fenrir dying and one gets the connection.
We're almost at that mark. The 1K per minute coming out for paiN pretty soon with an Alchemist.
And Baboka,
oh my goodness.
They're just dropping left, right, and center. Aster.
Rounded it. So they know all the vision, they know all the moves that Aster's going to be making unless they come out smoked.
Smoke's going to be dispelled by Misery. So sure, they get a check, but then the play's up. They smoke for this big play, they only get a support. And that sort of that play, that chance there that Aster had is wasted. It's King RD. Actually missing the avalanche. And D-Stones is able to jump back, actually jumps back in. Starts to focus down into King RD. As he'll be left behind as Aster, they're coming in with a 5-man. They will get King RD as well, so a second support. Really struggled this game. These deaths setting him back, keeping him far below the average on this hero in terms of net worth. As D-Stone's the man in question, top lane getting jumped. Tavo commits the black hole. Will they commit a few tips as well if they have? It doesn't look like they will yet. Be applying the pressure and when to be applying the pressure in order to get away with it. It's so hard to sort of out-mind game Tavo's sense of mind. As mid lane, King RD gets the toss back, Sylar. There's sort of one big hero in this game just gets deleted. 50 seconds with sure, there's the Splinter Blast, but because of how far ahead paiN are, these spells, these skills that are not going to match sort of the scaling of paiN at this point with the lead that paiN have. There's no threat at all as King RD straight in, another catch, tosses back Fenrir. The stun comes through, they may lose HFN, he's got the Manta, still has that Aegis for 4 minutes as well. As D-Stones will lay down the Wukong's command, but these Monkey Kings only offering a tickle. They do drop the Echo, get King RD. A little bit of a revenge for the plays that King RD has been able to find, and at the least Aster, pretty much the biggest win in a sense that they can stop paiN from pushing. But they're going to need...
Phenomenal, too. The way that he just secured that lane so hard for that Alchemist. And yeah, they're just adaptation to the lanes in that beginning of the game really set them off to an incredible pace. And again, just like last time, they are relentless, looking for kills absolutely everywhere, always hunting, no breathing room.
How long have we got to the Echo Slam? I know Baboka's dead, but he did just pick up a blink. He used it there when he was going down. Again, we are hitting these arrows. Sylar, is he going to be able to back away? Ooh, gets slowed. The concoction comes in. So sure, Shaker's going to be back at 10. He just had the blink. If he had Echo Slam, maybe he could catch him by surprise. But it's not going to happen by looks of it. King RD jumps forward, gets Boundless Strike. They focus down the Tiny and will kill it. They'll take King RD out of the push. The Splinter Blast starting to deal with the Idle Lance. They'll look to push back paiN further. They've got the full roster back up. It's still a minute before Echo Slam's there. They have that RP. They do have the blink play from the Magnus. BKB is picked up, but then straight on the front, Sylar just tanking it, gets the BKB off before the arrow connects. They have Fisher block the outcome, so they'll look to bring down HF in the once. He still has that Aegis for 2 minutes. Tavo jumps in, kills off Sylar. I mean, that is Sylar dead without buyback. So a black hole early to continue this push. As HFN loses his life once, another arrow connects on Fenrir. He's got the cold embrace. RP just coming from XXS, holding down HFN, but they cannot kill him. D-Stones melts before he gets any chance to light jump back up. XXS falls as well. As there is something about these ESL events on the main stage that just get paiN riled up to be a team that we do not see from them when it comes to online games. And this on-LAN, it's just blowing Aster away. We saw Aster in the groups. This is not an easy team to beat. Many other teams in this competition struggled heavily against Aster. But paiN in a...
positioned on the side.
They need to make this RP and Echo Slam work. It's their only hope. Otherwise, we could expect a GG pretty soon. Sylar just trying to draw the attention of the first. They'll jump in with HFN. Shiver's guard popped as well. D-Stones comes in from the side with the Wukong's command. Boundless is there. They'll try and skewer him out to the side of it all. RP popped as well. They don't have the damage. Tavo looking for the position. And the moment holding on as he just punches through. They don't need to use anything more as they just right-click down the heroes. Moving in, and GG is called. paiN Gaming.
Flawless.
Looking, I can't believe what we are seeing on this main stage. paiN Gaming. As I said, they've done it before at an ESL, but they're taking it to another level. They really have. The way that